Welcome back to Unveiling Earth, the ultimate guide to our amazing planet. In today's episode, we're venturing to the icy wilderness of Antarctica. Known for its extreme conditions and breathtaking landscapes, Antarctica is a continent like no other. Let's dive into its history, explore its unique wildlife, and uncover some fascinating facts about this frozen world. Our journey begins with the history of Antarctica. Unlike other continents, Antarctica's history is relatively recent in terms of human exploration. Early theories and discovery. For centuries, people speculated about a southern landmass, referred to as Terra Australis Incognita. However, it wasn't until 1820 that humans first set eyes on Antarctica, when Russian explorers Fabian Gottlieb von Bellingshausen and Mikhail Lazarev sighted the continent. The first confirmed landing was by American sealer John Davis in 1821, though this is still debated among historians. The heroic age of exploration. The early 20th century marked the heroic age of Antarctic exploration, with adventurers like Roald Amundsen and Robert Falcon Scott racing to reach the South Pole. Roald Amundsen's team was the first to reach the South Pole on December 14, 1911, beating Robert Falcon Scott's British expedition by just over a month. Ernest Shackleton's 1914-1917 expedition aimed to cross Antarctica, but became famous for the crew's incredible survival story after their ship, Endurance, was trapped and crushed by pack ice. From mythical land to a hub of scientific research, Antarctica's history is a tale of human curiosity and resilience. Antarctica has attracted some of the most courageous and innovative individuals. Let's meet a few of them. James Clark Ross, a British naval officer and explorer, Ross led an expedition in 1839 to 1843 that discovered the Ross Sea, Ross Island, in the Transantarctic Mountains. Ross named the massive ice shelf he discovered the Ross Ice Shelf. His ship, the HMS Erebus, later became famous for its ill-fated Northwest Passage expedition led by Sir John Franklin. Jean-Baptiste Charcot, a French scientist and explorer, Charcot led two major Antarctic expeditions in the early 20th century, contributing significantly to the mapping and scientific understanding of the region. Shackleton's leadership during the Endurance expedition is legendary. Despite the shipwreck, all 28 men survived, thanks to Shackleton's determination and survival skills. Shackleton and 5 others sailed 800 miles in a small lifeboat to South Georgia Island to get help, a journey considered one of the greatest feats of navigation. Imagine braving the freezing waters and treacherous seas in a tiny boat. It's like a real-life superhero story. Roald Amundsen. The Norwegian explorer led the first successful expedition to the South Pole, demonstrating exceptional planning and execution. Amundsen used lighter sledges and learned survival techniques from the Inuit, which gave him an edge over his competitors. He reached the South Pole on December 14, 1911, and left a note for Robert Falcon Scott, who arrived a month later. Talk about a chilly competition. Robert Falcon Scott, a British Royal Navy officer, Scott led 2 expeditions to Antarctica, including the ill-fated Terra Nova expedition, which aimed to be the first to reach the South Pole. Scott and his team reached the South Pole on January 17, 1912, only to find that Amundsen had beaten them by 34 days. Tragically, Scott and his companions perished on the return journey, leaving behind diaries that provide a poignant record of their heroic efforts. Douglas Mawson. An Australian geologist and explorer, Mawson led the Australasian Antarctic expedition on 1911-1914, mapping large areas of the Antarctic coast and conducting valuable scientific research. Mawson's survival story is one of incredible endurance. After losing his companions and most of his supplies, he trekked alone for over a month to reach base camp. His epic journey is considered one of the greatest tales of survival in Antarctic history. Richard E. Byrd. An American naval officer and explorer, Byrd conducted extensive flights over Antarctica and established the first permanent base, Little America, in 1929. Byrd was the first to fly over both the North and South Poles, making significant contributions to polar aviation and exploration. His adventures were so daring that he once spent 5 months alone in a small shack during the Antarctic winter, monitoring the weather. Now that's dedication. Caroline Mikkelsen. In 1935, Norwegian explorer Caroline Mikkelsen became the first woman to set foot on Antarctica, marking a significant milestone in the history of exploration. Mikkelsen accompanied her husband, Captain Clarius Mikkelsen, on an expedition and landed on an Antarctic island. Her achievement paved the way for future generations of female explorers and scientists. These explorers faced unimaginable challenges, from extreme cold to isolation, and their stories continue to inspire adventurers and scientists alike. They turned the unknown into the known, paving the way for future generations to explore and study this icy frontier. Unlike other continents, Antarctica has no permanent residents. However, it hosts a transient population of scientists and support staff. Let's dive into the unique human presence on this icy continent. Research stations. There are about 70 research stations scattered across Antarctica, operated by various countries. The largest is McMurdo Station, operated by the United States, which can accommodate over 1,000 people during the summer. Imagine a small town popping up in the middle of a frozen desert. Seasonal population. In summer, the population swells to around 4,000 people, while in winter, it drops to about 1,000. Living in Antarctica means enduring months of darkness in winter and continuous daylight in summer, posing unique challenges for those stationed there. Imagine trying to sleep with the sun shining at midnight. Daily life. Life on an Antarctic research station is unlike anywhere else in the world. Scientists and staff engage in various activities beyond research, from cooking communal meals to organizing movie nights and even participating in polar plunges, jumping into freezing water for fun. International cooperation. Antarctica is a symbol of international cooperation, governed by the Antarctic Treaty, which dedicates the continent to peaceful scientific research. The treaty was signed in 1959 by 12 countries and now has 54 signatories. It prohibits military activity, mineral mining, and nuclear testing, promoting scientific exchange and environmental protection. Unique challenges. Living and working in Antarctica comes with unique challenges, from extreme cold to isolation. Temperatures can drop below -80 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to -112 degrees Fahrenheit. In winter, and the wind can blow at hurricane-force speeds. Internet access is limited, so people get creative with entertainment. Think marathon board game sessions and impromptu concerts. Antarctic jobs. Besides scientists, a variety of support staff are essential to keep the stations running smoothly. Jobs range from chefs and doctors to mechanics and IT specialists. Everyone pitches in to maintain the station and support the scientific missions. While no one calls Antarctica home year-round, the continent buzzes with activity and community spirit during the research seasons. It's a place where the spirit of adventure and discovery thrives, even in the harshest conditions. Imagine waking up to a landscape of endless ice, working alongside researchers from around the world, and knowing you're part of something bigger, unlocking the secrets of this frozen frontier. That wraps up our look at the fascinating human presence in Antarctica, where brave scientists and support staff push the boundaries of knowledge in one of the harshest environments on Earth. But don't go anywhere. Our exploration of this frozen continent is just getting started. In the next episode, we dive into the incredible wildlife and unique plant life that thrive in these extreme conditions. From the iconic emperor penguins to the resilient mosses, you'll discover how life finds a way in the most unexpected places. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and join us for part 2 of Unveiling Antarctica. See you there.